Most family arguments end with slammed doors or angry texts. Mine ended with flashing lights, a police report, and a felony charge. It all started at a weekend barbecue I never should have gone to. I was 28 and 6 months pregnant when I drove out to my parents' suburban home. My husband Ryan was on a business trip, and my OB/GYN had said a short drive was fine. A tiny, naive part of me thought that maybe, with a baby on the way, they would finally see me as a person, not just the family scapegoat. That hope died the second I stepped onto the porch. My sister, Megan, gave me a full, theatrical eye roll. "Well, look what the cat dragged in," she said, swirling a drink. She's always been bitter that I got married first, that I escaped their toxic orbit. My mom greeted me with a tight smile. "Wow, you're really packing it on, Aubrey. You sure there's only one in there?" she quipped. My dad, glued to his lawn chair by the grill, didn't even look up. "Probably shouldn't be waddling around without your husband holding your hand." I swallowed their words, a skill I'd perfected over a lifetime. Placing a hand on my belly, I walked into the backyard with a calm I didn't feel. The scene was classic Americana, relatives milling around rickety patio furniture, music crackling from a beat-up Bluetooth speaker, and my sister, Megan, making everything about her new promotion, her new boyfriend, her new stilettos that were just killing her. When a neighbor asked how far along I was, Megan scoffed, her voice sharp enough for the whole patio to hear. "I give the marriage a year, tops. Ryan's already got 1 foot out the door, I'd bet." Laughter rippled through the group, actual laughter. I ignored it. But when I got up to grab a bottle of water, the day took a nosedive. As I walked back, Megan stepped directly into my path, pretending not to see me, and hip-checked me. Hard. I stumbled back, my hands instinctively flying to my stomach in a panic. She let out a high-pitched laugh. "Oops," she said, her voice dripping with poison. "My bad." My heart stopped. A sharp, terrifying cramp seized my abdomen. I just stared at her, trying to process it. "I said it was an accident," Megan repeated, louder, turning to our parents like she was the victim. But I saw the smirk. I clutched my belly, trembling, and my eyes pleaded with my mother. She took a slow sip of her Chardonnay. "Oh, Megan, don't be so rough." Then, her gaze fell on me, cold and dismissive. "And you, Aubrey, stop being so dramatic. You're pregnant, not made of porcelain." I looked desperately at my dad. He was still flipping burgers, a king in his smoky kingdom of denial. "She said she didn't mean it," he mumbled. "Don't ruin the party." The pain was real. A tight, insistent knot low in my belly. I was done caring what they thought. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. When the operator answered, my voice was shaking but loud enough for everyone to hear. "My sister just assaulted me. I'm 6 months pregnant, and I'm having severe abdominal pain. I need an ambulance at this address." Megan's face turned the color of ash. Mom's wine glass dropped, shattering on the flagstones. "What in God's name are you doing?" she shrieked. "I'm protecting my child," I said. The sirens arrived in minutes, scattering the party guests. Suddenly, everyone was concerned. Mom was hysterically telling the neighbors it was a simple misunderstanding, that I was hormonal. Dad was grumbling about how this would look to everyone on the block. The paramedics were all business. As they helped me onto the stretcher, one of them looked Megan dead in the eye. "Ma'am, are you the one who made physical contact with your sister?" "She's exaggerating," Megan cried out. "It was a joke. The hospital will be documenting her injuries," the paramedic said flatly. Then the police officer arrived. From the back of the ambulance, I watched him pull my sister aside. The smugness was finally gone from her face. My parents didn't come to the hospital. They didn't call. Ryan, however, was on the next flight home. When I returned to my apartment a day later, the baby, thank God, was okay. A note was taped to my door. It was from my mother. "You have humiliated this family. Megan is successful because she doesn't make everything about her. You've always been selfish." I ripped it to shreds and blocked their numbers. I was building a new family. They were not invited. 2 weeks later, the other shoe dropped. The DA's office had my hospital records, my statement, and statements from 2 neighbors. Megan was officially charged with aggravated battery, a felony. She posted a tearful video to her social media, sobbing about how her unstable sister was ruining her life over an accident. But her story fell apart when someone leaked the 911 call. My terrified voice saying, "My sister just kicked me in the stomach," went viral. Her PR firm dropped her. Her boyfriend ghosted her. Her life imploded. In the courtroom, Megan looked small and washed out. I was 8 months pregnant, exhausted, but for the first time, I felt powerful. When it was my turn, I stood and faced the judge. "Your Honor," I said. "For my whole life I was told I was too much, too sensitive, too dramatic. That's what people say when they want to hurt you without consequence. I am not here for revenge. I am here because when the people who were supposed to protect me laughed at my pain, I had to learn to protect myself. More importantly, I had to protect the life inside of me. The judge gave Megan 2 years probation, mandatory anger management, and a permanent restraining order. My parents never showed up. 3 weeks later, I gave birth to my daughter. We named her Clara Joy, because she was the clarity and light that broke through the darkness. Holding her, with Ryan crying tears of relief beside me, I knew I had everything I needed. That night, one last email came from my dad. I hope you're happy now. I blocked him without replying. There were no birthday cards from them when Clara turned 1. But our home has a wall filled with photos of her firsts. In the very center is a large portrait of Clara and me, our foreheads touching, smiling. On the bottom of the frame, I had a small brass plate engraved with 5 words. We were not cropped, we were cut free.